I'm the one burping
That's
and
not
not
me
Stacy.
today.
Yeah,
Hey.
usually Stacy has burped in every episode.
I think I have. Gassy bitch.
Welcome to the It's Just Blood podcast.
Welcome
back. Hello. Today we have a guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Betsy Drybera. I am a black belt at the very least. So
That's pretty cool.
Yes, we both are. I was gonna say that because I'm not sure if I said that on the pod just yet. That
No,
I have
I
a
don't
second degree
think you
black
have.
belt. Have been doing martial arts for almost 15 years.
Yeah.
You have been. How
I
long have you
have.
been doing martial arts?
17 now. 'Cause
17.
That was like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Damn. Everybody in this room right now can beat me up.
We don't want to.
Actually,
Yeah.
Chandler, I think I could take you.
In the end, though, I'm not so sure.
I know.
I think you could
I'm
totally.
bigger than you, but I don't know if I could actually beat you in a fight.
Yeah, like you could defend yourself enough to get away from me if I
get
wanted
away?
to attack you. But if we're fighting and you want to kill me, I'm sorry, it's not happening.
No, I'm talking fight to the death.
Yeah.
I think Betsy would beat both of us.
Yes, she's definitely stronger.
I'm just
Yeah.
taller. Like I
She'd
mean,
Yeah,
have
exactly.
PTSD from my fight. She'd have to go to fucking therapy after we
I already have to go to therapy, so
Well,
Trigger
it's not a
warning.
high
Add that to
bar.
the list.
Trigger warning karate.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's
Yeah.
always the first thing anybody says when I'm like, "Oh yeah, I'm a black belt." And they're like, "So you could, kick my ass?" It's like,
or
well,
like.
Yes.
now I might. you
Yeah,
know?
or they'll be like 40-year-old dads like, oh, watch out for that one. I won't mess with you.
Watch
Like,
out for this
do it.
little lady here.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm like, I
Okay.
don't want to fight you. In fact, you disgust me.
Were you going to mess with me before you knew I was a black belt?
Exactly. Like, how do you.
That's a good point. Like,
Yeah, it's just a little creepy.
Were you going to try to attack me before you thought I wasn't, submissive and breedable?
does that mean I am submissive and breedable? Because I'm like green belt second tape or some shit.
As long as you have something, I feel like it's better. We had that mom who texted us. Okay, so at my university, they always send out emails
Yeah.
when somebody gets assaulted, and we got one, and they always tell us where it happened. So like,
safe.
right? They're just kind of to be like, hey, look, we are actually paying attention.
Yeah.
And so there was one right next to this girl's dorm who used to go to the studio. And her mom texted my dad and was like, what do we do? It's like, you keep training.
Yeah. You're doing all you can do right
Yeah.
now.
And for a little context, Betsy's dad is the owner of the karate studio that I attend and work at and have learned all of my karate. So
Yeah.
the mom texting
Him made sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
We call him Sifu. Sifu's Japanese for like teacher.
It was like
You could
started
look it
in
up.
China and then it went over to Japan for a little bit and then I came
well, the
back.
word Sifu.
I know, but
Yeah,
like
but
the whole
art.
art went around a little bit, so it's a little. I think
Yeah.
it's Chinese or Japanese. It's one of those two because that's where art was.
Yeah,
Do we have a history of karate
We do.
lesson?
We do a.
I had to do my thesis on it.
Yeah. I wanted to do my thesis on it, so I started some research. But we do an art called American Kempo karate. Started with like Chinese kung fu.
With the
Went around a
monks.
little bit. Yeah, with the monks and stuff. Went around a little bit.
Because like wars and people going across to different countries and
Yeah.
seeing new things, and
Yeah.
then it went to Hawaii with Ed Parker, and then Ed Parker died and didn't name anybody to take over, so then all of his students took over, and we follow one of those chains.
Yes. So yeah, it goes like
That's interesting.
Yeah,
monks, Hawaii, Utah, California, and then all over the world
Yeah.
is how our instructor likes to teach it, how Sifu likes to say it. It's like,
Huh.
just
Yeah.
never named a successor, so now there's
yeah. And what's really interesting, if you've ever, who Elvis is,
Yeah.
he did American Kempo karate and so did his wife. And that is suspected to be one of the reasons why they broke up, because she was hanging out and like doing stuff with one of the instructors.
Ooh.
She was almost a black belt. And he was a black belt. And if you pay attention on stage in his later years, he's doing like forms and karate
funny.
on stage.
just Sifu on stage.
I know, right? It's like So, yeah, and your dad only
That's
like
what he
dances
would
with
do on
karate
stage.
moves.
Yeah.
So yeah,
And Bruce Lee
Chuck
trained-
Norris.
Yeah. Bruce Lee trained with Ed Parker, but he didn't do American Kempo. He said he didn't have a style.
Yeah, but yeah, Chuck Norris did American Kempo.
Ed Parker found a lot of like the famous karate people because he had a lot of contacts in the movie industry. So he would go to all of these like tournaments and then say, "Hey, you want to be in movies?" And people would be like, "Yeah, I want to be in movies."
Yeah,
And
yeah,
now they're famous.
yeah,
That's cool. That's a cool way to get famous because you're a good fighter.
yeah.
Karate movies are awesome. I wish they had more girls in them. I'm not
Same.
gonna lie.
Same.
Is there a disparity between like men and women in karate? Like, are there more men or more women, or
I think just
or
traditionally,
like different kinds of?
I think just
karate?
traditionally there have just been more men who have trained in the art.
At our studio, I feel like when in the younger groups there's more boys, but when you get like more advanced, there's more high level women in our studio at least.
Is that because parents are less likely to think that karate is a thing that girls can do?
Yeah,
Or am I making that up?
I
Maybe.
think that's a part of it.
Yeah.
When I was
Do you ever-
7.
So do you have like students? They have like other siblings and they don't do karate because they're a girl or anything?
I mean-
ever seen that or not really?
We have a bias in what we've seen because we're seeing the people who do think their kid can do it.
Yeah.
And for sure people out there who aren't even coming up to us because they have a daughter and they're like, that's not a girl sport.
Yeah.
But like
Gotcha.
we have that bias where we're seeing all the girl parents who are like, yeah, enroll my kid.
Yeah.
Because I know whenever I signed up, the culture was like karate is not a girl's thing. When I signed up 13 years ago, whenever, it was not really a girl's thing. I think now it's shifting because I do see a lot more girls in the karate classes that we're teaching than boys. And that's like the whole reason we're doing this episode is girls getting more into self-defense and martial arts just for safety.
Yeah, taking care of themselves.
Exactly. That's the whole point of this episode.
All of the self-defense seminars are very largely women.
Yeah. So
Exactly. I've
it's
taken-
changing, definitely.
I haven't done like karate and stuff, but I've taken self-defense classes. I've done boxing
Good.
for
Yeah.
a bit.
Yeah.
I need to re-up my
Definitely.
self-defense. I
Definitely.
definitely need to.
So we've been in the community and in the culture for forever, it seems like. And if you don't believe that women can teach martial arts because we're the weaker sex, they can't defend themselves. You need a man to beat everyone up for you. Come on, fight me.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's go.
Up.
Well, I'll fuck your day up.
Yeah, we definitely love violence here on the Just Blood plot.
Yeah.
Just Blit Boop Bop.
Yep. Just a
On the
reminder,
boop-bop.
On the Just Boop Bop.
just a reminder, you have to actually like fight to get a black, like you have to go to sparring classes where you have pads on, but
Y'all
like
have actually been like hit.
Yes.
it's
and
like
we've
less
hit
than
each
an inch
other.
of, it's like
Yeah.
half an inch, quarter inch of foam
Yeah.
on your thing. So it's like, it's not that much protection. It's
And
just
on
kind
the
of,
on the feet pads, the ones that we use, there's only protection on the tops of your feet. So if you get kicked with a front kick, like in the bottom on the ball of the foot,
Ooh, ouchie.
there's no protection there. You just get fucking kicked. Those pads are to protect the person kicking, not the person getting kicked.
you should be able to take a hit if you're a black belt.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What's the point in having a black belt if you can go out and take a hit to the chest, a good one, and
Yeah.
just breathe through it?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
It's
that's the big fight.
desensitization.
So my fear is that like I am going to be like attacked or something. And, a guy that's bigger than me, or even, I guess, a girl. I don't know. In the scenario, it's
Yeah.
always a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we say bad guy.
Yeah, bad guy.
Statistically, it is a guy.
Just for those hashtag not all men people out there.
Look up the
Not,
statistics.
it might not be all men, but we have to assume that it is while we're walking home. So
Absolutely.
your point is
Absolutely.
invalid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chandler's been so hyped for this episode.
Today's
I've had to
episode,
cut-
I'm so excited.
I've had to cut chunks out of every other episode
'Cause we're
because
talking-
she'll just talk about it and talk about it.
Yeah. So I'm very excited about this one. Been really wanting to talk about it since we started this podcast because it's so essential for everybody to know at
Yeah.
least how to get out of a situation or not put yourself in a dangerous situation to begin with.
Sounds kind of victim blamey when you say that, but that's not the idea behind it at all. It's
No.
more just like, we know these things are going to happen and they shouldn't be happening, but they're going to.
You have
so
to be prepared if they do.
how can we not be that?
Like
In that
and like you
position.
said the
And-
other day, 1 in 4 women
it's got to happen somewhere.
It's happening
gotta
somewhere
happen
to someone.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's like I saw something that was like every woman knows a girl who's been assaulted.
Yeah.
But men don't know any assaulters.
Well,
Like, shock.
that's wrong.
Yeah.
Because they're just not telling their friends, like, hey, I
Yeah.
did this. They're
Like, yeah, I raped this woman the other day. She hated it. Like bragging about it to their
Right.
friends. Yeah, of course no man knows an assaulter. I just punched this
they just don't know
motherfucking
they know.
bitch. What is something a bad person would say?
Yeah, the amount of rape and sexual assault attempts alone is alarming. And one thing that personally comes to mind is, why don't you just fuck them up? Rip their eyeballs
know.
out.
Yeah,
I
guys.
think about that sometimes.
Fingers.
Destroy their nose. Like, box their ears. Kick them in the knees.
What
like,
is it? Like 7 pounds of pressure to rip an ear off?
Yeah, less than that
That's-
to break a nose.
Yeah.
They
for the
say like
record-
biting a finger off is equal
As
to like
easy as biting a
carrot.
carrot.
Imagine how easy it is to bite a dick off though. There's no bone there.
So easy.
Yeah.
So
Plus-
you're being
fucking
forced to give somebody
Also-
head, bite it off.
teeth.
Seriously, I mean that. Like, I will condone violence right now. If somebody's trying to force their dick in your throat, you bite their dick head
Yeah.
off.
Do it.
Also-
bite it off.
Spit it in their face.
Keep them away from the rest of us.
Teeth don't slice, they tear, so they can't reattach it either.
No, they're not getting it back.
No, they're not.
That's my trophy.
They
Are
get
you
to
kidding
pee
me?
into a little bag for a while.
You like put it on a necklace and wear it around.
I've got no. If I end up with a chunk of a dick bitten off in my mouth, I'm running the fuck out of there, and it's mine forever.
Yeah.
That guy's not raping anybody else.
Nope.
Because he doesn't have a dick to do it with.
Yep. Self-defense. It just seems like not a ton of people have taken self-defense classes, or if they have, it's been like 1, 2, maybe 5 years ago. Right. So they think that taking 1 or 2, like, I took a self-defense class when I was 15. That you're 35.
Yeah.
That it's no longer useful, and it hasn't been the past 15 years. You need to do more.
It's true. You forget that stuff. If it's not muscle memory, you'll forget it.
I
yeah,
think it was
exactly. If you're not using it or like even thinking about it,
Yeah.
it's just going to be gone.
There was, I think Kovar said something like, if you, like the second you go into a fight, you lose like half your skill level. So yeah, correction. You lose 50% of your fine motor skills and functions when like you get attacked, because adrenaline, shock, whatever, you're not really focusing that much. So if you're not training it, it's not going to be there.
With social media and the rise of like TikTok and stuff, this isn't bad. I actually like this, but the whole part about like actually practicing it and using it for it to work, that's what you need to do. But I actually like this that's happening. People are posting videos about like how to get out of duct tape tied around your hands, or like how to get out of zip ties, or like very simple like self-defense techniques and stuff like that. And I like it, and I'm like, yeah, people will think it and they'll go, yeah, I'll know what to do when the time comes. And unfortunately, that's just not the case. I'm sorry. If you're not practicing it, if you're not thinking about it, it's not going to come out.
Yeah. You can watch all the TikTok videos you want, but
Yep.
like if you don't actively do it, your hands aren't going to know what to do.
Exactly.
Yeah. Plus, a lot of it is just even hitting it. Like, people's bodies are weird. Like,
Yeah.
if you don't
People are squishy.
they are. So if
Yeah.
you don't know how or where to hit, it's not. You could just easily glance off
Or
with
break your hand.
break your hand. But like, I mean, just the odds that you're actually gonna land the hit if you've never taken that shot before are so low. You gotta actually know where that's gonna land. You gotta be able to see yourself doing it.
First things first, we're going to start talking about how to defend yourself, how to not get fucked up, okay? Start with building good, safe habits. Don't be a target. What I mean by a target is don't look like the tiny little prey that's going to be available to be attacked.
And all you really have to do for that is like, if you just walk shoulders back, head up, making eye contact with people, that shows
looking
you're
around.
confident.
Yes.
You're not going to get caught off guard. Plus, if you make eye contact with someone, they're less likely to attack you because now, 1, you know their face, and 2, you're an actual person.
So, yeah, no longer just an object for them to do whatever they'd like to do.
Yeah.
So like, be confident in how you present yourself in public and in unsure situations. So I like to think of it as like green, yellow, red situations. If you're in like a yellow type where there's a bunch of people around and you like don't know what's going on really,
Or
Or
walking
there's
through
not
a
a
dirt.
bunch of people.
Yeah,
there's
walking
not a bunch of
through.
There's
people.
one person and
Yeah.
you're like, I have never met this person. You're
Make-
just kind of standing outside. It's dark.
pay attention to your surroundings.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look
Absolutely.
around. Do not be walking to your car in the dark on your fucking phone.
Oh my God. That's
on
just
your phone.
makes you look
Especially,
easy to get.
right? Especially if you're like parked next to other people. That's just, you know, we watch movies and we're supposed to be able to recognize patterns. And like stuff out of movies is not that unheard of. Being pulled into like
It's pulled
the van
it's pulled from
right
life.
next to you. Exactly.
Yes.
There's a reason it's scary. It's
Yeah.
because it could happen.
Yeah.
Pay attention. If you're looking around, you are immediately less of a target. And
Yes.
I'm gonna just be saying this: bad guys, bad people, they don't have another plan. They have another target. So if you are
Spicy.
if you are looking like you're not gonna be easy to take away and kidnap, they're
Move
gonna
right
pick
on.
someone else.
Because
Yeah.
They're gonna move on.
unfortunately for everybody who's good in the world, so police don't really care if you were almost kidnapped because you weren't kidnapped. You're still here. You're safe.
shit.
They wait until there's an actual kidnapping or like a murder to do something. So if you, I don't know, if you're getting attempted kidnapped in a parking lot, you should just know that it's,
Take them out.
yeah.
Just
Take 'em the fuck out.
them up.
Yeah.
Eyeballs.
But don't make that the
Eyeballs.
priority.
Balls.
Make getting away the priority. But
honestly-
if you can, fuck them up.
Yes,
Yeah.
you're completely right. Getting away, getting home is top priority. But if they're continuing to attack you, you
I don't care if you've just got your nails done. Like,
Honestly, would
that's
help.
even better.
even better. Use
Leave one of
claws.
your acrylics in his eye holes.
do it.
Do it. And if he can't see you, he can't get you.
Exactly.
And he probably can't get anybody else either.
Yep.
Stand up for your fellow woman. Kill your rapist.
Hell yeah.
Betsy's losing it over here.
Oh, fucking yeah. I mean,
If it's
they-
against
if
someone
they
who's-
started it,
yeah.
fuck them up. I would definitely feel very different about all of this if I didn't have a friend who was assaulted by a shitty guy, because I want to fucking kill him.
I do too.
Like,
Yeah.
this girl is my best friend. I fucking love her. And the amount of tears I have seen come from her face makes me want to snap your neck.
Just,
makes me
like,
angry.
the
So
whole
I
vibe
hope
just-
guys out here are talking to girls and like being friends with women and learning that this is super common.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Plus,
it's-
it's just heartbreaking seeing somebody like going through that.
Yeah.
It's just heartbreaking because it's like that's already the biggest fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's rampant on college campuses.
Oh yeah.
Especially because alcohol and drugs are often involved and with people who don't know how to do them.
Exactly.
It's people trying drugs, trying alcohol, and they get stuck with these people that they don't trust and they don't know.
and they're incapacitated.
Yeah,
and
your mind's not all there.
intoxicated.
Yeah, it's just a recipe for disaster and to get dangerous. Buddy system, ladies. They're
Yep.
so important. Don't
And
leave your buddies.
We're gonna talk about that in a moment also. Yeah, on another note, don't get too close to people at a party.
Yeah.
Or if you're at an unsure big outdoor event and you have to be close to people, then you need to be on guard. You need to be alert. You got to be on guard. You got to know what's
Yeah.
going on.
And
you
you're right.
can't get too focused on one thing. You have to kind of be on alert.
I still remember my mom. When I was in New York, my mom was telling me in the subway car that I had to be paying attention with my back against something so
Yeah.
that nobody did anything. I was
Yeah.
like 13,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I
That's
was like,
perfect
oh,
age to just
I
scoop you up
know.
and end up on Epstein's Island.
Yeah, but I mean, really got to pay attention
Really
in
do.
every situation.
So we're talking about like good safe habits.
Yeah.
Lock your doors and windows in your house. You'll
Yeah.
see all of these horror movies. Oh, the bad guy came in through the back door. Why wasn't your door locked?
Yeah.
That's okay. Come on now. That's a little bit victim blaming. Lock your door.
I mean,
Lock
all
your
of this is
fucking
gonna
doors and
sound
windows.
Victim blaming, but no, it's victim protection.
Like
Yeah.
I'm telling you
It's-
this so that you do not become a
Yeah.
victim.
We shouldn't have to say any of this, but we do. So here we are. But no,
Exactly.
I had a guy just walk into my house last year, and I left my door unlocked for like 5 minutes, and I knew he was out on our front lawn, but like I left him out there with water and food for his dog, and he just walked in, and
Yeah.
we were like, "Get out," and he just
Lock
left.
the door. Walking to your car
Yes.
at night. Again, don't be on your phone. I usually try to look under the car as I'm walking up to it, but not bend over halfway, stare under the car. Just
That's
like,
worse.
Make it look, just make it look like you're.
From across the street,
Casually.
look under your car.
Yes, if you're further away, look under your car. If you see somebody under there, turn around, call 911.
So what? Okay, so what happens when do they slice your Achilles heel and then you can't run away?
Yep.
and then they steal your kidneys, right?
Something like that.
That's
I
what I've
assume
always
they
heard.
just do what they want.
I wonder if guys are more likely to get attacked for their organs and girls are more likely to get attacked for their pussy.
I have no idea.
I don't know.
Probably not. No.
Reagan is saying no.
I'm
and
sure,
I believe that.
I'm sure there's not as many.
I think
like,
organ
attacks
theft is rare.
to harvest organs rather than to rape people. I'm definitely sure there's more rape attempts.
I feel
than
like-
organ harvesting attempts.
Even on men.
Yeah.
Gotta be.
Definitely.
Gotta be. Because people be horny out here. They'd rather.
Aggressively horny.
They'll
too.
die. Yeah.
Aggressively horny too.
I feel like organ harvesting is something more likely to happen in other countries.
Not as much in organ harvesting. Not as much in America.
Yeah.
Got my kidney, can you put it in for me?
Well, they're probably not taking them to doctors to do it. They're probably taking them to like their vet and are like, hey, I'll give you some cash money if you
Cash
replace
money.
my
Not
kidney.
all doctors are good people. So
Hashtag not all doctors.
Not all doctors.
I don't want to just trash doctors, but like there's got to be some doctor out there who's willing to implant a stolen kidney.
You'd have to also know how to remove a kidney.
So hashtag not in America. So second little subdivisions.
Right.
Listen to your fucking intuition. Listen to your gut. It will save you 98% of the time. Seriously, if you're in a situation where you feel like you are in danger, you probably are. Get out of that situation. Call somebody. Call your mom. Call an Uber. Call your brother. Call your best friend. If it's 3 a.m. and somebody cares about you, which I'm sure you have people who care about you.
Talk to people on speakerphone when you're walking around.
Yeah, call people and get out of there.
Yeah.
I always just call my mom and I say, hey, I'm walking through this place alone.
Yeah.
Just talk
Yeah.
to me until I get there.
Yeah.
That's what I do
And
too.
I feel like if you just say, hey, I'm scared, talk to me until I get there,
Yep.
and anybody's going to be like,
Yep. Okay.
Yep. Oh,
if you drove yourself, go home.
Yeah.
Get in your car and go. If they try to chase you, run them over. You dodged a bullet.
Yeah. Seriously?
You dodged a bullet.
No, don't chase me in the parking lot.
No.
Yeah. Sometimes I see women talking about being afraid of looking like a bitch or looking like mean
I get that.
to people on the street. It's like,
I get
especially like if there's a person of color on the other side of the street
Yeah.
and you're just like walking around by yourself and you cross the street. It's not because you're a person of color. It's because I'm a small woman and I'm scared of strangers.
yeah.
for me at least. Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm
Same.
always
I
scared that they're going to be like,
promise
that racist bitch.
See, if
So
I'm
it has
like,
nothing to do with that.
yeah, I have this too, because like I'm a small white girl, blonde hair, blue eyes. You know, like those are the only things I'm going to describe about myself.
Yeah, I
But,
just
like,
you're a cute little
I don't.
Nazi.
Yeah,
little Nazi
walking,
dream.
if I'm walking past like this huge, beefy African American guy, it's not because you're black. It's not at all. If you were white, Hispanic,
I cannot
Asian,
get out
whatever,
of the
it's 'cause
situation.
I am so much smaller than you. I'm not gonna be 100% comfortable walking next to you because of my size and your size.
Not white guys either. I'm always
Especially white guys.
We're not
Especially
racist or
white
anything, but
guys.
especially white guys.
Come on, I am like fuck white guys. If I am in a
I
in
always
a
assume
room-
white guys are Ted Bundy.
The bad guy's going to test me, so I'm trying to test him to see if he's going to follow me across the street. Like,
Yeah, good
Yes.
point. Good
Yes.
point.
I'm seeing if you're actually following me or if you're just near me on the sidewalk.
Good point. Next thing, take action
Okay.
and speak up.
Hell yeah.
Like raise
But,
your
like,
voice. Literally.
Don't say help. Help is weak. Okay,
Yeah,
it tells the
okay.
other guy that they're in charge, that you need help.
if you're
Tell
if
him
you're,
no.
If you're going, that shows him that he has power over you and he
Yeah.
has already won. You say, no, get back, stop, like that.
Can you say, I'm going to kill this guy right now? I feel like that would attract enough people.
But
Or-
also,
This person is killing me.
Yeah.
I would
This
be
person is
I would
touching
be
me.
careful yelling that you're about to kill someone
Yelling
in a
death
public
threats. Well-
area.
People are actively going to be avoiding confrontation. If you're saying like, help me, I'm being raped, people will walk away from that. They will
Right.
go the opposite direction. There have been studies done in like New York, what to say to get the most people's attention. And saying like, help me, or I'm being raped, or I'm being attacked, people will go the opposite direction because they don't want to get locked up in something that makes them uncomfortable.
Yes.
So what you say is, there's a fire. There's something like that.
People
There's a
love
flood.
fire.
Yeah. So
Fire.
Plus, there's no bad guy in a fire.
and they're not going to be so scared that they're going to become a part of the attack per
Yeah.
se, or that they're going to get hurt. They're like, oh shit, something's on fire. Let's go take a look at it.
Yeah.
I want to be the guy to call the fire department.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Also,
people love fire.
If you employ
That's crazy.
people, hey, you
Red
point
shirt.
at them, red shirt, call
Yes.
911.
yes.
you
Yes.
do
Now
this.
there's a sense of responsibility.
Okay, now
I'm being-
if I don't do something, it's my fault.
Yes. Yeah.
So if you like call people out, like, hey, you come help me.
Right. We were teaching the bystander effect in camp over the summer, and the
Yeah.
kid, we had one kid who was like, I just don't get it. Why won't they help if she's saying help? Why are they doing that? It's like, that is the whole
we showed
point.
them
Yeah.
a video of, you can look it up online
don't.
too. We showed them a video of this little girl in New York. It's a whole like social experiment. This little girl get fake kidnapped over and over and over.
Nobody stops.
Nobody
See how to
stops.
react.
The bystander effect is real. Don't trust people to just help you. You cannot trust people to just come and help you.
No.
Yeah. Right. I feel like the natural instinct of bystanders is to assume everything's okay.
Mind your
Assume
business.
mind your own business. Assume this is supposed to be happening.
When there's a little 4-year-old screaming, he's not my dad, which
Oh yeah.
I mean is what we told them to say.
Yeah.
Sometimes, though, that could mean maybe they're
There's
a
having a
stepdad,
tantrum.
or
they're
maybe
just
the
having a
kid's just having a
tantrum.
tantrum.
I mean,
Exactly.
once I was throwing a tantrum when I was with my grandma, and I was like, I don't know you, get away from me.
Yeah.
And
Because
like,
you just hate them so
right?
much in that
Because
moment.
she didn't buy me a stick cookie. I was mad. So
yeah. And you think it works?
yeah, because that's what
'Cause-
they've told me to say if I want to get away from this person. So I,
Oh no. Yeah, fuck. I guess if your
it's
kid
a
does
double-edged
that,
sword.
that's one of those things you want to abuse your kid so they don't have enough trauma to ever do that again. Yeah, if your kid does that on
mean-
purpose, like
It was an issue.
Sorry.
that's a bad thing. That's a
My
bad thing.
But to be fair, we were in an empty parking lot, but
Okay.
still, like,
Well,
not great for the
not great.
cause, but something.
at least no one was there to save you.
Right?
So, and we were talking about earlier, like how like girls don't want to seem like a bitch.
Yes.
Don't be nice to people who are creeping you out.
Yeah.
Don't.
You don't owe them anything.
You
It's a
don't owe them
struggle.
anything.
You don't know
be,
them.
Don't be.
I definitely
You don't
get
have to
caught
be
in that
cordial
net.
with people who are threatening to rape you and who are touching you and making you uncomfortable. You don't have to be nice to those people. In fact, you can punch them in the face.
Yeah.
In fact, yeah, you should be the opposite of nice. You should be very scared
And
hurt them.
like a guy like comes up to you, starts being super creepy, starts coming on to you. I have AIDS. This chlamydia is taking a long time to clear up. Are you sure?
That's a good
do you,
one.
Do you want genital herpes? Because that's what I have.
Yeah.
Like in a
I'm
club.
I'm not on birth control. I want your kids. I want them. Turn it back around on them. If you got a guy creeping on you and he's like, I don't know, I guess trying to
I
rape
don't
you, be
know.
like, I want to have your babies.
I mean,
and bark and scratch your armpits and your
There's-
vagina
Have
as
your
vigorously
babies
as you
and
can.
I like knife play.
Yeah.
there are.
I can't wait to peg you, motherfucker.
Actually, I have a dick. Sorry.
I mean, you could just get hate crimed right there if you said that, though. So, like, be
I
careful
prefer a
with that
hate
one.
crime than rape.
I mean, but to be fair, what is the hate crime?
Oh, that's fair. That's
I don't
fair.
know if I
Yeah.
would prefer the
Yeah.
hate crime to
So-
rape.
All right. Yeah. Okay.
But like, I tell children all the time, you don't have to be nice to adults who are being mean to you, first of all, like
Yeah.
strangers who are being mean to you and who are trying to hurt you. You don't have to be nice at all. In fact, don't be nice. Because then
Maybe
that
be
just
nice,
enforces...
like the first time, because we don't want to just go around being mean.
Well,
but then
yeah.
if like you get pushed on it, I mean, plus if it's
you-
overtly creepy,
Yeah.
So
you
some-
don't have to be nice.
So
You can
somebody
match their
walks up,
energy.
let's say
Bad
somebody walks up to
feelings.
Betsy, hey, do you have directions? And then I get 3 feet closer, and then I get 2 feet closer, and then I get closer and closer and closer as she's backing up. As she's backing up and obviously not like, she's being nice. She's like
Yeah.
using a good tone of voice. She's backing up, but I just keep coming. That's the time to,
Yeah.
to
So-
engage.
So yeah. So
And we're going to talk about like physical self-defense
Yeah.
in just a moment.
So so a person has not touched you yet.
Yeah.
And is like just trying to get your attention, just
Tell
trying
them to back up.
Yeah. Do you just say you're really close, back up?
Yeah,
Stop.
like, hey,
Back up.
you could put your arm
Okay.
out, arm open.
Do you want to yell at them? Just like back
Honestly,
up.
you
Yeah,
say
if
it
you-
calmly a couple times. You go like,
yeah,
back
it's like,
up.
oh, yeah.
Hey, please back up. Hey, back up. Back up. Because
Yes.
my safety is more important than your feelings,
Yes.
honestly. And I can always stop and come back to it and say, hey, sorry.
Yeah.
You were making me
I
uncomfortable.
Making me
just need you to
uncomfortable.
stay on the other side of the car. Like, if somebody's coming up to you for gas and they're just
Yeah.
getting too close, you can be like, yeah, I will totally give you good money for gas. Like, you don't even have to give them money for gas. But, like,
But you
say,
gotta, yeah,
you gotta
get
stay on the
away.
other side of my car.
Okay.
Because
That's true. Because, yeah, you
Distance.
don't
If
want to.
once-
I can
once
always
you let
be
them-
nice
people. Yeah, you don't want to assume people are out to get
they
you.
might
But
just
also,
be asking for directions, but
Yeah.
also keep that in mind.
but also I can give you directions from here.
Exactly.
Also,
Look it up on your fucking phone.
yeah. If people,
the
if you
21st
give
century.
somebody clear instructions and you say no or stop or back up and they don't listen to you, no reason to be nice.
No,
not,
no,
at,
not at
all.
all.
You don't have to be nice to people who aren't nice
just
to you.
meet the energy.
Exactly.
Meet the energy.
I'm going to act defensive. I'm
Right?
going to be defensive,
Defensive.
from this point on.
You want to start a pissing contest? Well,
Yeah.
here we
Well,
are.
I'm a black belt.
Don't disclose that to them. 'Cause
Don't disclose that
they're
you're a black
like,
belt?
You're like, oh, you're a black belt?
It's
Well,
always
the
could
last thing I say.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
could take you on. I could take a black belt
It's always the
on.
last thing I say.
I'll say it as I'm punching them in the face.
Yeah.
Defending yourself physically, right?
Right.
Physical defense, using force to get an attacker to leave you alone or to like debilitate them enough so that you can get away. A few very sensitive spots to attack if you need to: eyes, nose, ears, groin, knees, and the throat or the neck.
Also, hair grabs are
Hair.
cool.
Hair is good. And ladies, if you have long hair, I try to do this. Hair tie, keep it on your wrist, tie your hair up.
Yeah.
As soon as you feel that in your gut, tie your hair up.
Also,
'Cause they're gonna go
in
to
a
grab it.
ponytail or in a probably a bun because I
Either
feel
way,
like a
'cause you
ponytail
want
can
it-
be grabbed.
Either way,
They
you want it
both
out of
can
the way.
they honestly both can be.
Yeah.
Like a bun's kind of like a doorknob, whereas a
Yeah.
ponytail's a handle.
But either way, you want it out of the way.
Yeah.
Out
so
of
that
the way.
you can
Okay,
see.
I was gonna say, are you tying it up to prevent being
No.
grabbed or?
You just want it
Honestly,
out of your face so you
makes
can
sense.
see.
To have the best success for hair, like defense against hair grabs, just grab your own hair and pull.
Just shave
Just
your head.
desensitize. Yeah, that
That
too.
too.
If you want to be able to fight through a hair grab, just get
Practice
your hair
pulling your
grabbed.
hair.
Yeah, have your hair pulled all the time. Because like,
Ladies, start shit.
If you
yeah,
have siblings, that'll be really easy.
'Cause,
'Cause
like-
my little brothers loved to pull my hair when I was
Really?
younger. Yep.
I have like, I just don't feel like I feel the hair grab. Obviously, I'm aware of it, but it doesn't hurt because
Yeah.
like I grew up getting my hair grabbed for clutching
Yep.
feathers.
We have a technique that
It's our
one of the
favorite.
first ones we teach is you get your hair grabbed and then you have to attack or defend against it.
Oh.
Trap. So you put your hand on their hand, so you at least hold it where it is, and
Yes.
they can't really
that's-
pull your hair.
And what that is that's you taking charge of the situation. Like, no, you're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking punch you
You're
now.
stuck.
If you grab somebody's, like she just said, put your hand on their hand if it's on your head. Would you want to sink your nails in, or would you just go straight for a punch, or would it hurt your nails?
Grab into my hair, because why
okay.
not?
You're not trying to like hurt them back through their hand, but
Yeah.
like if someone's grabbing your hair and like pulling your head around, it's hard to like get your base, get your feet set, like get ready to protect yourself. And so you're holding their hand in place, preventing them
okay.
from moving you around too much, as well as preventing them from changing their grab or doing something else.
Right.
And-
so you're more or less just holding it in place to prevent your situation from getting worse.
Right.
Then once you've established like, okay, I can stand here now I can punch back. Now
Okay.
I can fight back. So it's more or less to stop them from escalating than it is to escalate yourself immediately.
Right.
It also
Smart.
yeah,
Makes sense. Makes sense.
It also helps keep them from getting away once you can hit them.
Yeah.
And it keeps them from actually ripping your hair.
Mm-hmm.
Because that hurts more. Like actually having your head move around while they're pulling your hair hurts.
Yes.
But if you they can't pull their hand away from your
get a
head, they
handful-
can't pull your hair.
Yeah, if you
Yes.
get a handful ripped out, that's painful. That's super painful. So, and I was going to talk about if you don't have experience punching things, well, we have something for you. Don't punch stuff.
Yeah.
Use a palm heel or I looked it up online. Heel palm, some people call it. We
Yeah,
call it
whatever.
palm heel in our
It's a
art.
palm
So if you hold your hand out and you look at the part of your hand where it meets your wrist. So if you stick your hand out straight up against a wall,
Yeah.
the very bottom of that there,
Yeah.
that lined up is going to be just about as strong as a punch without breaking all of your fingers.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you want to like to get the, I don't know, I'm kind of advanced, but if you want to like practice it, pretend you're squeezing a ball between your pinky and your thumb, and it gives you a nice amount of tension through the palm.
Yeah.
And you can hit them anywhere with that. Ribs.
If you just take
any
it-
big wide surface is super cool to hit.
Face, nose.
Okay, if you have acrylics, like long ones, and you can't really curl your fingers in to make a fist, you can just lay your finger straight down, and it's a weaker fist,
Punch,
I guess.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I'd
it's still
say-
something,
And I would,
Yeah.
frankly, I would just use a palm heel
I'd use
over
a
a
palm.
punch anyway.
Yeah.
because you can break your fingers. But if you are going to make a fist, please never put your thumb inside
in
of
your
fist.
hand.
Yeah.
Do not. You'll just break your thumb
will.
and then take yourself completely out of the fight. And there
Yeah.
you go. Now
Yeah.
you're kidnapped.
Now you've
'Cause-
broken a thumb.
Yeah, great. So yeah, palm heels, open hand strike. You can Google all the stuff we're talking about to fact check us. And
Right.
if you want to see it yourself, knees and elbows. Your elbows and your knees are some of the strongest strikes you could probably do.
Don't
Yes.
hit with the tip of your elbow. So when you like hold your arm straight out from your body, bend it in, there's this flat surface against like that's out. That's
Yeah.
the part you're hitting with. You want to hit across the
What's
whole
this
forearm.
bone called?
The ulna.
The ulna in your arm.
In between your wrist and your elbow, the last 2 inches before you get to the elbow, that's what you're
That's
hitting
what you
with.
wanna hit
So
with.
you're striking across rather than driving forward with the point of your elbow, because that's where your funny bone is and all that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So if you hit someone with the point of your funny bone, like with the point of your elbow, you're just as likely to hurt yourself as
Yeah.
you are them.
Yeah.
Same thing if you're going to elbow outwards. So like with the back of your elbow, whatever
Yeah.
this
Still hitting with that flat
you're
surface.
still the same 2 inches, not the point.
Yeah.
Remember,
You don't want
just
the-
not you
Not the
just- just-
joint, the
Yeah, 2
muscly
inches
and
Yeah.
on
bony
either
part.
side
either
of your
side of
elbow,
it. Yep.
depending on which direction you're going.
And then your knees, a good knee to the nose is great. A knee to the groin is
Yeah.
great.
Grab
and
their hair
a knee
and
to the
pull them into
stomach.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Ouch.
If you hold their shoulders and knee straight up, that's a great
Ooh.
defense. If they've got you by your head and like you're head to head, you're like
Grab 'em back.
grabbing, you're both standing up. If you grab them and you pull them in using your core and you pull them in and knee them in the stomach and the groin, those are great strikes to defend yourself with.
For the groin strike, be a little bit careful because it does make them mad.
That's why I was told you don't actually go for their junk, you go for the bone.
Yeah.
Because that's more likely to take them down than it is. And hitting them just in the junk is going to make them mad.
Yeah,
But
a lot of the
they can
time-
still run and move and stuff.
A lot of the time it's not like the movies where if you hit them in the crotch once,
They're
they're
down.
just going to fall over.
Right.
It's, if anything, will just drive them to do something else.
Yeah.
But the other thing is with a knee, if you've got a grip on someone and you have the ability to do a knee, don't just do one. Do seven.
Several.
Do 8.
Yeah.
Like just hit them, and then get away.
Right.
What we used to teach through our self-defense program that we used to do is the main thing, one of the first things we would say is SAE. Scream, attack, escape. And those
Gotcha.
are your 3 things. So
Nice.
make as much noise, get everyone's attention around you, attack the person, get them off of you, and then get out of there. Don't
Yes.
spend any longer hanging around anything like that.
Yes.
And that's for everything. That's for your palm heels. Don't just do one and then see what's going to happen, because
Yeah.
probably what's going to happen is you get hit again.
Yeah.
So
Use some energy to really make them
and
stop.
If you
Do
if you
combinations.
see this palm heel worked, do it again, do it again, do it again, do
Yes.
it again until they are not paying attention to you, only to how much of pain they're in, and then you can get away.
because hopefully they're not ready for you to hit them back.
They're not. They really are not.
Yeah.
They're not ready for you to defend yourself. And if you do, again, they don't have another plan. They have another target.
Yes.
Their plan usually consists of the first attack.
I'm going to grab you. Hopefully nothing happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and if you can fight back and make yourself a difficult target, you're not going to be a target anymore.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Yeah. They're going to tell all of their creeper
of the
friends
time.
that they definitely have, like, this girl,
Yeah.
don't try and pull her into your van. She was yelling fire and all this shit. She knew the tricks.
Stick your fingers in their eyes.
Yeah.
Please,
gross.
for the love of God, do it.
It's really not that
Experience
hard. And plus, it's so easy because So palm heels to the face are a great tool. And here's the thing. If you do a
one to
palm
the
heel to the
chin,
chin,
your
just
fingers
rest
are
your
long
eyes.
enough to scrape the eyes also.
Oh yeah.
And honestly, I've used this before.
I had a girl tell me one time, like, ew, why would I don't want to put my fingers in their eyes. That's like really nasty.
And
it's like, yeah. And also super empowering.
It's really nasty,
It's
and
just
it will,
blood.
so easy
Get
to-
it.
It's
right?
really
We
nasty,
deal
and
with
it'll
that
help
stuff
you
all the
get
time.
home safe.
It's like, all right, that's cool. What's more uncomfortable? You putting a finger in their eye, or they're putting lots of things inside of you in different ways you didn't think of?
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
In a way, you never thought that thing could ever fit in a person. I know. Like
Ugh.
and what I'll say is because my mom is also a martial arts instructor. She just got her 4th degree black belt this weekend. Which is
Nice.
woohoo.
Congrats.
Good job,
Congrats.
Mom. But what she'll tell her adults and teens is like, it's either this or you get pulled into a van of chainsaws and shit and like tools that are not supposed to be used on people. And what I'll tell kids is I'll be like, it's either this or you get pulled into a van of not nice things.
Not nice things.
And everybody
we'll
like,
tell you what it is when you're a little older.
Yeah,
but you don't want to find out.
I'll tell you how bad guys can hurt you when you're older, but it's not nice things. And so I'm just going to teach you how to avoid it completely.
Yeah. The internet be telling me don't be scared of strangers on the street.
Yeah.
But my instincts
Do be
tell me
scared.
they're all looking to put screwdrivers in my head.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
we
Staple
talking
your
about,
toes together. With the palm heels, I forgot to mention a few targets that you can hit: the eyes, nose, and ears. If you palm heel under the chin and they bite their tongue off, they're worried about their tongue.
Yeah. Oh, jaws are surprisingly easy to break.
If you hit their jaw,
Yeah.
so there's a spot.
Especially right up to their
The
Yeah.
corner, so you know how everybody's like, oh my god, that jawline. Well, that edge on the jawline, the corner, the 90 degree, if you hit that spot just right, that's a great off button, knockout button. If you've
pop
seen
right
any
out.
UFC fights, somebody gets punched in the jaw,
Yeah.
they're out. If you're not braced for it,
Yeah.
you're done. And palm healing to the chin is great, to the nose, because it's like 5 to
It's
7
so
pounds of
little,
pressure
yeah.
just to break a nose, and then your eyes start watering, and then you
how
can't
many-
breathe, and then like
How many pounds of pressure is it to like tear a sheet of paper? Like 12?
sheet of
maybe
paper.
more.
I think it's less than that.
Oh, I don't know. That's
I
Googleable
can
thing.
look it
Yeah.
Because I remember it's like ridiculously small.
Eyes, bendy places, knees and elbows. If you kick somebody's knee sideways, knees are really bendy one way and one way only. If you kick it and bend it the other way, then you've done a good job.
Okay, I'm trying to see how many pounds of pressure, but it's only
Yeah.
coming up with how many pounds of pressure to like rip a ear off or a heart out,
Well, that's
Well,
good to
it's
know
been
too.
listening to us.
That's good to know too.
to rip balls off. That's fun.
How much is it?
50-pound force.
You've got that in your arm.
50.
Yeah, I've got that. I got that.
If you're getting pulled into a car, grab everything you possibly can on the way in. Like if the window's down, you grab through the window. If anything,
But-
grab the door. Grab whatever you can.
I would not recommend putting your fingers like in the door so that they can slam it closed.
No, but what I mean is like if you can get your arm
Oh,
around
like wrap
the
it
thing,
all the way around,
yeah,
not just
so that they
fingers.
can't
Yeah.
just slam it.
Wrap
like,
it.
wrap your whole arm around everything you can so that they can't just pinch your fingers. And then
Yeah.
if they do get you in the car, which sucks, bummer. Grab the steering wheel.
Yeah.
You want to crash more than you want to get to not nice.
That's very
place
true.
to.
And
Yeah.
I would keep an eye out like, oh, okay, that's a nice ledge for me to just crash into.
It would be better to get in an accident
Yeah.
because then there's people coming. There's
That's
And
true.
you
People love
choose,
accidents.
and you choose how you die. If you do die,
Oh, yeah.
it's up to
Love
you.
car
It's
accidents.
Go
up
out
to
on
you,
your own
not up to a
terms.
stranger.
But also, like, when it comes to abductions and kidnappings and stuff like that, I don't remember the exact statistic, but it's like once you've made it to a second location, you've been taken from where you wanted to be to somewhere you don't want to be, or once you've even made it into a vehicle, it's like 96% of the time you don't come back.
Yeah.
So, like, do whatever you can to stop anything from happening, making it into that vehicle, making it to the second location,
Yeah.
because once you're there, that's pretty much it.
Don't give up though. If you are taken to a second location,
Yeah.
don't give up. 'Cause you're
Don't-
still alive.
Don't be
and
that statistic. Be Elizabeth Smart.
Yeah, like don't give up, because bad guys are, they're not the ones you see in the movies. I'm assuming most bad guys are stupid as fuck,
Yeah.
and they probably are.
This is not their this is likely not the 30th person they've picked up.
Right.
This is probably one or two.
And so, like,
Also, think about the kind of
I want-
person who's at that point in their life where they're taking people.
yeah,
I know.
and
Things
if you
didn't go
have
great.
an opportunity to do something, do it.
Yeah.
If you have an opportunity to like, oh my gosh, I'm getting out of my duct tape. Get out of that duct tape. Don't just sit there.
Yeah.
I also want to like add an asterisk to all of this because like of course there's the guy who is on his 30th
Yeah.
person, you know.
There's always
assume
that fear.
it's
Yeah.
that guy.
Yeah.
But
Where like there always will be, there's so many serial killers that are out there. So like this is
Yeah.
for the most common bad guy, the
Yeah.
one who doesn't really know what he's doing.
See, and this is why we teach so much prevention, because once you've gotten there, there's only so much you can do.
Right?
That's why you have to fight as hard as you can to not get taken into the car or the van or whatever to.
That's
yeah.
why we know the names of the girls who came back.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we don't know all the ones who didn't. So, because they're a rarity.
Maybe if they had this podcast and went to more self-defense classes.
maybe, yeah. Maybe
Not
if someone
victim
told
blaming,
them.
but at the same time, go to self-defense classes in your area.
Because, yeah, we know it's going to happen, so we might as well do something to stop it.
That bad guy isn't necessarily looking for a challenge. He's not trying to upgrade his kidnapping skill. He's trying to do something for his own pleasure. And so he's going to take the easiest path to it, and he's going to take the weakest person. Don't present yourself as the weak person. You don't have as much to worry about.
We say he's going to take, like, the weakest person, but if there's a whole day where he's sitting there and there's only challenge people walking by, he's just going to, he's not going to do anything that day.
Yeah.
No,
you know, just beat
someone's gonna
everybody.
call the cops on him. He wanted that
Yeah.
first person.
Right. There's different levels of bad guy. There's the guy who's looking for the weakest person, and there's the guy who's a psychopath and has done this 30 times and is looking for something different.
No,
There's
or
the guy,
he's
there's
looking
the guy on
for-
cocaine who literally can't feel anything and is just motivated by how hard his dick is.
That is
Some of
so
it is
scary
luck.
to me. I think cocaine makes it really hard for you to get your dick up.
what?
though.
Okay, I don't do cocaine.
Whatever drug.
Whatever drug violently arouses you.
Cocaine
meth-
and Viagra.
Oh,
It got laced.
did y'all?
Could you imagine?
No, I don't want to imagine.
Neither.
Okay, yeah, that's my big fear is getting
Yeah.
attacked by somebody on drugs.
Take out their eyes. It still works.
All right, okay.
They can't
That's fair.
see. If
That's
you
fair.
can't see, you can't attack me, and you'll probably lose a lot of blood.
Yeah, okay.
Just start ripping ears off. Just like break their nose, rip their eyeballs out.
Yeah.
You can-
I hope they
you
don't aren't trying to do that to me if they're on drugs though.
Well, I mean,
But you
if they're
gotta
going
be
to do
ready
it to
for it.
you,
Okay, yeah.
do
Yeah.
it first.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. It's like you just gotta be fucking
Like they
ready.
they tackle you. They're on top
yeah.
of you. They're
You're-
take an eyeball out.
yeah.
if you're at that point, you just got to realize it's this or you're done. So
Yeah, just keep
fight.
going with whatever you got.
But that also goes back to just being aware. If you
Yes.
see the coked out guy ahead of you, just go the other way.
Go the other way.
Who
Go
cares if
find
you're 10
street
minutes?
lights and people.
Who cares if you're 10 minutes late to work? You made it to work
You're
alive.
not dead.
You made it home alive.
That's
Who
so
cares
true.
if you're a few minutes late?
Who cares
Very
if they
true.
think you're a bitch?
Very true.
Who cares if anyone thinks you're a bitch?
Very true.
Just live your life. Don't get caught.
Just be rude to everyone around you.
Yeah.
Be an absolute
I
dick.
don't know that guy, so he's an asshole, and I'm going to give him a hard time.
Yeah. I'm going to make eye contact with him while I cross the street and just sneer.
Yeah.
Flip him off.
We should start reverse.
I'm going to attack him because I thought he was going to attack me. So I ran across the street to get to that guy.
reverse catcalling. Just like, hey, you look like you're a rapist. Hey.
Surprise, I'm a rapist. Get over here.
Or they-
You cross the street to attack them. You're going to get in my car right now.
Yeah.
Throw him for a curveball. It's in your court case, you're like,
I'm getting in your car because you're attacking me right now.
Attack me. Go.
I'm taking your car.
I just want the experience, man. Please.
And then they just like slow down. Like, wait, do you want to talk? Like, are you depressed?
I just really need attention.
I just
Okay,
want to know what
okay.
it feels like to be a man.
And then your kidnapper is actually like a really great guy. And they're not kidnapping you at all.
Yeah.
They like go to
He still
church
gets
every
arrested.
week.
you
Yes.
kidnapped
City
like a
kidnapped you.
therapist.
And then they
not,
just
but not like the
Kidnapped a
Hannibal
therapist.
type therapist.
No. No. So I want to talk about weapons of convenience. We call them
Yes.
weapons of convenience because, so let's say this water bottle.
It's full of water.
Heavy, right? Full of water. And you could use it to hit somebody with.
Yeah.
If you are going to college, your textbooks, your pencils, your pens,
Pencils.
your shoes. If you're out at a club, if you're wearing heels, take them off, stab them in the eye.
We've mentioned that before. And if you take one off, probably take both off.
Take both off.
All those
if you have
cleaning
to-
products in your house,
Cleaning products?
they hurt when they get into your eyes.
Roach
Like
spray?
409.
Lysol.
Wasn't wasp spray what the lady
Hush.
used in Hush?
Yep.
In the movie Hush.
Yeah, that's
We're gonna
Spoiler alert. That's a good movie, though.
pens, pencils, water bottles, metal water bottles. If you have a hydro flask, that's wonderful.
Get yourself a reusable water bottle.
Chairs,
Plus,
candles, anything hard that you can throw and or hit them with. Your
Your
phone.
phone. Plus, you can get a
Hydro
new
flask.
phone. You can't
Your
get a new
vape.
you.
Hydro flasks dent pretty well. And then you have a great memory about the
Yeah,
time
the
that
time
you beat a
up
guy.
a kidnapper.
Yeah.
So my water
Be
bottle
proud.
is
Giant.
64 ounces. It's as big as my head.
Yeah, oh
when
my
it is
gosh.
full, it weighs 5.5 pounds. I feel so safe when I'm walking around with this thing.
It's like a third of Chandler's entire body.
Literally, like it is this. It
Yeah.
is the length of my torso, pretty much.
She drinks more than one of those a day, and I just
I
don't know where
try.
it all goes.
I try
Oh
right
my
through
God.
me.
Yeah.
That, like how water does.
Yeah.
Also, so like
Mine has a wrist handle, so I can just swing it. And
Yeah.
it becomes like
people
a Wii
up.
remote.
Yes.
If you're going to school, your textbooks are amazing.
If you're walking around on college campus, there's trees everywhere. Just pick up a stick.
sticks.
Yeah.
So there
Sticks
was a
hurt
kidnapping.
and they're hard to stitch back up.
Yeah, there was a kidnapping
splinters.
on
Splinters.
my campus, like right before Christmas break one year, and I was trying to pack up to drive home, and
Yeah.
it was still dark out, and I was walking through an empty parking garage. So I took an Eskrima stick with me, which, if you don't know what that is, it's pretty much just a fancy stick.
Yeah.
But
It's made out of bamboo.
Yeah,
it's like a
made out
bow
of
staff, but it's
rattan.
super rattan.
Yeah.
And it's a lot shorter than a bow staff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a small stick, and we use it to hit people with. But
I have like 5 of them in my house, one next to my bed.
yeah, and I mean it's like a good size. It's not very long. It's like maybe 3 feet. So
Yeah.
it's like a good hitting
yeah.
width length.
And even if you
I wanna
have
get
like a
sword
ball,
so bad.
Heck yeah.
yeah.
I know.
If you have like a rolled up thick newspaper, that'll
Those are
work
great.
well as a baton. If you have
That's
a big
loud,
thick
at least?
flashlight,
Yeah.
if you have
if you can find
a
anything you
piece
can
of
hit with.
PVC,
Yeah. Literally anything you can hit with.
yeah,
Yeah.
use it. Literally.
Yeah. If you can-
Weapons of convenience. It's
If-
heavy, it's convenient, it's right here in my hand, and it's gonna fuck you up.
if it's hard and you cannot break your hand instead, that's a lot better.
I was gonna say, we mentioned like stiletto shoes a little bit ago, and I was like, man, but like you'd have to rip the part that wraps around your foot, maybe, because it's all like pretty and fancy. Yeah, that's okay. You
Buy
can get
another
a new shoe.
Exactly. You
If
can.
you've got to yank your shoes off, that's better.
It's a new shoe or
Then you get
whatever
to treat
this guy
yourself.
wants to do.
You get to treat yourself with new shoes because you fucked up a bad guy.
if they have a weapon,
Oh yeah.
like
and they
if
drop it, pick it up and use it against them.
that,
Yeah.
but if it's like something that you don't necessarily know how to use, like maybe a gun, which I don't super feel I have used a gun before, but
Yeah.
I don't really do that very often. It's not my skill set. I
Yeah.
am launching that thing
I
away
love
from
some
me.
guns.
Launch it. Just
Yeah.
throw it away. If you don't know
Throw
how to
it and
use
then
it,
drop immediately to the ground. Well,
run.
Can't you hit people with the butt of a gun?
yes,
You can,
but you can
but, like,
also.
But you don't want it
risk-
facing towards you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We have somebody who knows a lot more about guns than we do.
I fucking love guns.
For me, I just don't know enough about guns, and I don't want
I-
to test my knowledge. In
Yeah,
I
that.
fucking
Betsy,
shoot 'em,
Betsy,
so-
you had the exact right idea of like if you don't feel comfortable using that weapon, get it out of the situation, get it out of the
Oh, yeah.
equation. Like
Yeah.
throw it. If you know how to take the mag out, if that's like a possibility with the gun, drop the magazine out because then it's no
That's-
longer as viable as a weapon. You have
check
to
the
then
chamber.
take steps. Yeah, check the chamber.
I know.
But again, it's all about your knowledge. If
Yeah.
for whatever reason you get a hold of this guy's gun and you don't know how to use it, get it out of there. You can run away with it. Pretend like you know how to use it. Just do
Yeah.
something to either get rid of it or use it. But like
Yeah.
it really takes a lot of practice and skill and repetition to really get comfortable using a gun, especially in a high stress situation.
Yeah.
Especially in something like that.
Yeah.
So
If you end up with the gun, I'd say running is your best bet.
And yeah,
I would say don't throw it. Maybe that's just me, but I would say don't throw it because they're gonna go for it too. But
Kind of
just
depends.
Yeah.
I mean, they could go for it. You could throw it in one direction and run the other.
If you could whip it up on the roof real quick, or there's a creek, or there's a gutter, or something like that, like get it out of the situation. But if you're just like sliding it across the ground, then you take off running. I mean, you're not really buying yourself.
If you launch it, like, I don't know, if you're in, like, right next to an exit and you launch it in the other direction and then take the exit, that wouldn't be a bad plan. Yeah. I mean, it really depends on the situation, but you could always just take it with you and just keep your finger off the trigger. If you haven't done it before, don't really test your knowledge.
But, I mean,
there are buttons on the gun. Everything not the trigger is not going to shoot the gun.
Yeah.
Right? So there's usually a side button on the handle part.
Yeah, it's the magazine release.
The magazine will release, or you're gonna put the safety on.
But
even doing something like that is really hard to do under high stress situations.
Exactly.
I mean, there's reason that like law enforcement, military, and everyone like that, they spend. Well, I don't know about law enforcement. Military spends weeks doing weapon prep, being able
for
to
some reason
have the rifle ready, drop the rifle, pull the pistol, disengage the pistol, do tons of different stuff to get it ready to go so they can do it in high stress situations. I mean, you see videos all the time of someone going to pull out a gun and they just drop it.
Or they shoot themselves in the leg.
Or they shoot themselves in the leg.
Oh,
I mean, it's a really dangerous thing to have.
That move, pulling a gun out and shooting it, has to take so much practice.
Yeah. We did that test one year in like one of the Cobra things because there was a person there who was like, I'm getting my like concealed carry soon, so can we try this?
Yes.
And we were like, cool, sure, why not? And he could not get it out in time, so we're like,
never.
There's something called like the 21-foot rule when it comes to guns.
Yeah,
it takes 21 feet of space for you to be able to draw your weapon and fire if it's already ready to go, like if it's in a holster, not including if it's in your purse,
to turn the safety off too.
But to draw the weapon, turn the safety off, and fire it, it takes usually over 21 feet of the person gaining on you.
That's true. If it's a gun, like, because Reagan, your handgun, I need to take a second to cock it back because I'm not.
If you're
I'm
not
not that strong.
Feeling,
Some guns are super easy to cock back. Some guns have hair triggers where if you barely touch it, it'll go off.
Yeah,
some like Reagan's gun is really hard to pull. So I don't. With his gun, I feel like I'm not going to accidentally fire it because I have to squeeze pretty hard to get it to go off.
Yeah.
But other guns, you have no idea. If a bad guy just shows up with a gun, you have no idea what kind it is. Yeah. I wouldn't be able to know.
Exactly.
Listeners, you might know. You might know. And if you do, better off for you. But
if that's your area of expertise, then like you kind of
then you should be grinning and
going,
today's the day.
Yeah.
You know, still,
I think
I would just be careful with somebody else's gun because you don't know what they've done to it. You don't know what's going on.
All of this goes to
point.
say, don't take it just from me. Take it from the professionals in your area when they teach you self-defense, when you go to a self-defense class, because I'm expecting all of my listeners to, because I don't want any of my listeners to die.
Community centers have self-defense classes.
Rec centers.
Seriously.
Your martial arts, your local martial arts school might have some free self-defense classes.
Seminars, they'll tell you when they are.
Yep.
There are
on their
martial arts
Facebook
schools
page.
Everywhere.
There are martial arts schools everywhere.
Like, a couple of them.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere from like middle of nowhere.
So
wherever.
listen to the professionals in your area. There's only so much and so much we can describe to you on a podcast. But seriously, don't take it just from me. Go ask other people. If you have a military person in your family, go talk to them. Be like, hey, can you like teach me some stuff? Well, I'll like have this fake gun. We'll use a piece of wood or something. Just run it with me. Pretend like you're going to attack me. That's always something good to run through with your family and friends.
Yeah. I want to say one more thing about guns. If you get an opportunity to take a class about guns, don't buy a gun and then take a class. Take classes, rent guns. Yeah. If you live in a place where you can, where guns are a thing, you should really take classes with them. It's a good skill to know and to have, and it's fun.
Even if you don't agree with guns, bad guys use guns.
You should.
So no matter your perspective,
aware.
No matter your perspective on the laws about guns or anything like that, bad guys still use guns.
Yeah.
So you at least need to know how to defend yourself against them.
Seek expert advice.
Yeah, expert. Yes. Yeah. Don't just take it from me. Take it from your professional in your area.
Don't take it from like your random great uncle.
No,
that's
go
great.
to a place where they do training.
That's great to start if you want to like learn from your great uncle and that's y'all's thing you do together. But like if you want to, you should still like seek professional advice.
Yeah, if you're using it, if you're thinking of using a gun for personal protection, oh my god, go to a professional. If you're thinking of using it for hunting and for target shooting, Yeah, your dad or your grandpa or your mom could teach you. They know all the rules of the guns too. If you're going to use it in real situations with other human beings,
Yeah.
Yeah, go get training.
professionals,
Man, we
you
devolved
need
into-
to know what you're doing. Guns are not toys. They're
No,
not
they are
something
not.
you
No.
play with. They're dangerous weapons.
Any self-defense weapon, kind of along the same thing, like knife,
Knives.
a taser,
Swords.
pepper spray. Know how to use your
Yes.
self-defense tool.
Pepper sprays too. They have safeties on them.
Yeah.
Make sure you know how to turn the safety off.
If you
Test
have your
it.
taser that you carry around with you, then don't keep it in your bag. Because if you're like walking through the parking lot, your taser's in its case in your bag, and someone walks up to you, hold on, let me get my taser out real quick, and you go digging through your
Yep,
bag, right?
yep.
That's just not how it works. If you're in a sketchy part of the neighborhood, if you don't know where you're going, you're walking somewhere, take it out of your bag, turn it on, and then have it in your hand ready to go, so that if someone walks up, all you have to do is press a button.
Yep.
It doesn't take very many motor skills to just press a button, right?
Yeah.
But you have to be ready up to that point. Same thing with a knife. If a knife is in your bag, it's not going to do you any good.
Yep.
Even sometimes if you haven't practiced, if a knife is in your pocket, it's not going to do you any good. You have to practice getting it out, opening it, having it ready, right?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, like
You-
the same way you need to prepare to use a gun, you need to prepare to use any one of your
Yeah,
self-defense
absolutely.
tools. That'll make all the difference in the world.
I was learning from Chandler and our friend Sammy how to hold a knife.
Yeah.
So you're less likely to hurt yourself and use it better.
Yeah, pick up anything, pretend that it's a knife, or pick up a knife if you're older. You want to hold it in your hand like you would hold a microphone. You
the
want the
blade.
blade facing away from you. So turn it outwards. And whenever you're holding it up and down with your arm just straight out, the blade is down. Once you bend your arm and you're up and close, you
Your
can
thumb should be by the butt of the knife.
Yeah.
Yes,
And
good way to put it. Your thumb should be by the butt of the knife.
You can
And
pull the blade in closer to your forearm and then use it as like a striking thing.
You
But
can use it to
yeah.
block. You can if somebody like swings if
Yeah.
somebody swings their arm around, you can use it to block. You can
Imagine
use it to
punching into a
slice.
knife.
You can stab down like an ice pick.
For fighting, what you're talking about is called the ice pick grip.
Yes.
If you're holding the knife like you would cut vegetables, you're holding it wrong. Again, I would just check where you live, your laws and stuff like that. To
Yeah.
make sure you don't have anything illegal. Make sure you don't have any illegal knives. I know some places are really weird about knives.
Those aren't that hard to find in illegal states.
I know in like California, it's illegal to have the lipstick knives
Yeah.
and any knife that's concealed.
So yeah, just look
Yeah,
up
but
the laws
California,
and stuff.
you can't have anything. So you're probably going to get kidnapped there anyway. Because the bad
spray.
guys are going to have shit.
You can have pepper spray.
Yeah, that's true.
But
I
yeah,
accidentally
criminals are
pepper
going to
sprayed
have
myself
whatever
once.
criminals want to have because they're criminals.
I accidentally pepper sprayed myself once.
Oh.
I was cat sitting for a
Did you spray at the cat?
No,
Oh.
no. I
Shit.
was cat sitting for a family from the studio, and she had pepper spray on her keychain
Yeah.
that she gave me, and I got in my car once, and it had worked its way into unsafetied
no.
in my bag, and
Oh,
I got in,
no.
and it like slightly depressed in my car, and then I was driving on the way home, like
Car.
sobbing on the way home because of the pepper spray aroma in my car.
A cop is
So,
going to like write you a
careful with
ticket for
those.
being sad in your car.
Yeah, just
For driving
reckless
sad.
driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, driving while sad.
Driving while sad.
That sounds like it's something a cop would write you a ticket for.
Driving
telling
while
you.
sad.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
No, they just lied and said I was speeding.
Fuck the police.
So weapons, brass knuckles are good ones.
Brass knuckles are illegal in a lot of places.
Yeah.
If they're legal though, you can get like pink ones. They
They
make
have, like,
pink
cat
ones. They
ears.
make ones
Yeah,
with
I've
like
seen
But
cat
be
ears
careful.
on them. I'm not sure how effective the ones where you only put 2 fingers in are. I'm pretty sure you could just break your fingers. I would
Yeah.
get one where you put like all 4 so that you have the whole support of your hand
Yeah.
and not
Yeah.
just like half of your hand.
Don't break your fingers doing stuff.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, I know. I see people
Don't
who carry
put
the ones that
your-
look like cat and dogs, and they're the 2 eyes.
Yeah, with
And
the
I feel-
giant tip.
And I feel like you have to know how to throw a punch
Yeah.
before you can even use one.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So if you've got no experience hitting anybody, like we said earlier, it's going to be useless, and you're going to end up hurting yourself.
Yeah, and don't do that.
Yeah,
That's for pretty much all of these weapons.
exactly.
If you don't know what you're doing, you're probably just going to hurt yourself.
Get a weapon and learn how to use it.
Yes.
Weapons are fun. I have like an aluminum, like, I don't know, it kind of looks like a butt plug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, aluminum rod.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a rod, and I just, yeah.
Cool.
Those are great.
Yeah.
Don't hold it in one hand and use your other hand, like the palm of your other hand, to like stab through with it.
I feel like, ooh, that'd go back through your hand.
Yeah, it does.
It
People
would
break
go
their
back.
hands.
It would go back through
So
your
you
hand.
can use it to like puncture your car window as well, but don't put your hand.
Don't put your hand
because
on the
it
back
will
of it.
pop. There's so many small, tiny little bones in the center of your hand, and
Yep.
it just pops back through them and breaks them.
Yep.
So just don't.
I got it from like a self-defense class, so they like used them as props and stuff. so-
Nice. Yeah.
They recommended hold it like you were saying with a knife and go for their jugular.
Yeah.
Go for the
Yep.
little soft spot.
Back on the brass knuckles.
Yes.
A lot of people I have seen will recommend like putting your keys in between your knuckles
Yep,
when you're
right.
walking home. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
If you go to punch
do
with
what
that,
Dua
you're
Lipa
going to
says.
slice your freaking fingers
It goes
open. You're going to
back
slice
through
your
your
hand
hand.
open. The reason you can use brass knuckles is because it's one piece of connected metal that's not going to slice through. Your keys are individual pieces of metal in between your fingers
and they're just
that
gonna
are
push
just going to go back on you.
yeah, don't put them between your knuckles.
Don't put your keys in between your knuckles,
So
please.
so can you use keys as a weapon though?
I would use
Yeah.
one.
Like,
Yeah.
you can see my keys right there on the table. They have a little wrist
Oh,
watch.
yeah.
I'm just gonna whip it with the wrist thing.
If you
Yeah.
have your keys on a
I-
lanyard, your whole key that's pretty heavy and will hurt if it gets slapped
I
on your
carry
face.
a lot of keychains.
I feel like guys ask a lot of the time, like, why are girls' keychains so big and heavy?
Weapons.
It's one, so we can find them in our purse.
Yep.
And two, so we can fuck up bad guys.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
And why
I
do you
don't
have
think
big
guys
water
realize how much women do as self-preservation.
bottles? Oh yeah. Oh,
There
yeah.
are random little things that every woman is taught and just kind of does because they're like, oh, I could use this to defend myself if some creepy guy is coming after me.
Yep. The first thing I thought when I bought this water bottle is I'm gonna be
Yeah.
able to fuck somebody up if they ever try to mess with me.
Yep.
I've seen hidden knives in like combs and lipstick and pens.
Yeah.
Again, look up the laws where you live so you don't get in trouble for having something illegal. Like
Do you know how good the safeties on those are?
I have no idea.
I'm always scared that if it's a spring-loaded thing and I buy it off the internet, it's just going to pop open in my bag, and then
Yeah.
I'm going to be reaching around and find a knife.
If I were you, I would just go ahead and buy a good knife.
Spring-loaded knives have like a safety hitch on the button, so it's pretty hard to push up.
We have
and
a couple
accidentally,
here.
Yeah, and
That
accidentally
was
open.
that was my
suddenly.
whole question.
There's the thing. Don't buy a knife. Don't
Yeah,
buy. Don't
buy
buy
good
a
knives.
switchblade. That's $15. If you
Buy a
want to
good
buy
one.
a
Regret it.
good knife, and go ahead and just invest in it, so it will
Yeah.
work when you need it to work.
Yeah.
Anytime a knife is introduced, the danger for both people goes up exponentially. If you don't have the ability to go somewhere and get professional knife training, look up YouTube videos on knife self-defense. Just do stuff to know what you're doing and then practice, because when you don't practice, it all falls apart. When your stress levels go up, all your fine motor skills go out the door, and then you're stuck there with a sharp blade that's going to hurt you just as much as them.
And you don't have to use the knife for like while you're practicing. You can use like a wooden spoon.
That's true.
You can use a pen. Just practicing getting it out or doing whatever motion you're going to want to do, because everybody has a plan. Everybody has a plan on how they're going to get out of something, what
Yeah.
they're going to do. Everyone has a plan until they get punched in the face or until something happens that
That's
you don't
right.
expect.
That's so true.
So practice, practice, practice. Whatever you're going to do, you could use completely safe objects to practice.
Nail a memory foam pillow to your fence and just practice going at it. Put your abusive ex-husband's face on it, and if he comes to get into your house and fuck you up, you're like, no, bitch,
Yeah.
not today.
Not today. Baseball bats are great.
Yeah.
Baseball bats are wonderful. And you can use a baseball bat more than just swinging it. If you lift up a baseball bat and let's say you have the thick end facing, or even the opposite way, you can hold it in your hand and like use it more of like a stabbing motion. Jab. Yeah. Like jab
Yeah.
it to the face or
You're like,
whatever.
stay back.
Yeah.
Stay back, bitch.
But-
Stay.
You can also get in big trouble, like with a baseball bat. If you have just a baseball bat in your car, you can get arrested for basically carrying a deadly weapon. Keep a ball and glove with it, and then you no longer get in trouble, because then it's just sports equipment. But
And
if
you
you
can
have
throw a
only
baseball at a
bat,
predator.
it's a weapon.
Tasers. You can get like different colored tasers. I have a purple one.
Nice.
And
Black
most
one.
most tasers have flashlights on them.
Mine does.
Again, though, if you only pay like $10-15 for a taser, I don't know how effective that taser is going to be. Also, you have to look at volts, how many volts it puts out, because if it's a low enough voltage, it's just going to anger the person you're using it on and not actually like
Stun them.
Yeah.
right, which is what you want, what the taser does. It just stuns them so you can run as fast as you can
Yeah.
away.
It's
But
like in Smash Bros. When Pikachu throws lightning.
Yeah, what were you saying about
Yeah.
that one dude?
there's this guy on TikTok that I see every once in a while who makes videos where he's like, when she tases me with her $8 taser and then proceeds to act like he's beating her up to steal her purse. And it's like, really? That's the brand
Yeah.
you want to take?
Yeah.
Like, that
That's
you're
really how you
stealing
wanna
that
come
many
across
purses?
on the internet.
Right? That you're robbing this many women, that this is a thing?
That you laugh at now?
Attacking this many women? Really?
I love hitting women.
Yeah.
We love it.
Don't be that guy.
No,
That
don't be
always-
that guy.
Dude, that's the guy that this episode's about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got those guys.
Hey, dude on TikTok, stop.
Print a photo of that guy out and put him on the memory foam pillow.
Yeah.
yeah.
And then,
Seriously.
and then
Just go
stab
to
him in the
work.
face.
Man.
Tase him.
You're
Tase
yeah,
his
not
picture.
all men, but specifically that guy.
And
Yes.
the men in his comment section.
Yes.
Yeah.
And all men who follow him.
Yes. All men. Because we don't.
Hitting women.
We can't tell y'all apart just by looking at y'all. Because it's not anything that y'all look like.
Yep.
It's just your
Strange man.
ideology.
Yep.
Strange men.
Yep.
Too many of them. Too many
yeah.
men.
Yeah, that's why we're having to have this episode.
That's why we have to have feminism.
Yeah. So the next thing is pepper spray. We've been talking about that pretty much this whole episode, but
Yeah.
just like
Pepper
Yeah.
spray's
as
a good
it's-
one.
Be so careful with
Yes.
it because you risk also incapacitating yourself.
Yep.
Yes.
Don't do it
Before you
inside.
incapacitate your attacker, make sure
Yes.
it's pointed the right way.
Yes.
It make you
That
in a
happens.
closed room. Close
Yeah.
your eyes.
yes.
Yes.
Close your eyes
Just
because
don't set it off in a
Close
closed
your
room
eyes, put your
it-
shirt over your mouth.
it
and
yeah,
sticks
if
around.
you inhale,
Yeah.
inhaling it, it's burning in your lungs. It's gonna burn your throat, burn your nostrils, burn your eyes, probably your skin.
Yeah.
Your hand is not gonna be great. So outside is, I think, the best place
Yeah.
for
If it-
pepper spray.
If it
windy.
does,
Ugh.
Yeah.
If it does go off inside, I think your best bet is just to open the doors and windows and get out.
Yes.
Like,
Or yeah.
Just get out. Just get out.
I mean, that's the whole purpose anyway.
Yeah, we want to get
Use
out.
pepper
Yeah.
spray
But,
because
like, if
that's
it
not going to
accidentally
kill
goes off.
somebody, but it'll slow them down to get away.
Also, your purse and your bag.
yeah.
Weapons
Yeah,
of
if
a
you got a
weapon of
big bag.
convenience. If you've got a heavy bag,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big bag of bitches.
if you're wearing a bunch of rings, some good thick rings.
Somebody told me that if you're wearing like big rings with nice big rocks on them, turn them around and palm them instead of punching
yeah.
because you're more likely to like slice your
Yeah.
fingers or
Yeah.
break your knuckles.
That's a good point.
So yeah, that palm, that hand, use that and some
and
nice
if you slap them,
rings, yeah,
slap them across the face, it's gonna. Your hand will probably sting if you've slapped
But-
anybody as a joke. Your hand stings,
Yeah.
but their face hurts
soft-
a lot more because it just got cut open. Biggest thing about this is I need to get home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're the one attacking me.
Yeah.
I need to get home safe.
Let's be super duper careful about that
Oh, yeah,
because
yeah.
like
Yeah,
everything you do with a punch is so much more dangerous than if you open hand it. You can get the same effects with an open hand. If you have nothing on your fist, you might be good to punch, but you can still break your hand.
yeah.
And most people do break their
they
hands
do
when
break
they
their
punch.
hands. Now you're out of a hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if you are trained and know what you're doing, if you miss or if they move just slightly
Right,
and you're
and-
off and you break your hand, there's not like what are you
But
gonna
then
do?
there's all the arguments to have like closed fists. Like if there's a knife that comes out, you want to close your fists
Makes sense,
because
makes
if they
sense.
cut the tendon, it stays closed.
Mm-hmm.
You can't move it once the tendons are cut, so you need to have it as a weapon.
You know, yeah. Just
But,
be
like,
safe. Mostly,
such
we want to
a-
make sure that no one is putting themselves in positions like that.
yeah.
Right? That's such
Yeah.
a like fringe situation that it
Yeah.
feels like silly. You should punch, but then
Yeah.
also you can break your hand so much more easily than you are going to be in a knife fight.
Yeah, if you got a creep dude that like won't leave you alone, hit him with your palm.
Yeah.
Like if he's trying to like get all up on you, get the fuck
A
away
good
from me.
palm under the
Arm
chin that they're not
Away
ready for.
from just away from you is more what you want. We want to be careful that we're not giving people like ways
it's just
to
so
just.
situational. And
It's
hard.
situational.
Because
Yeah.
like
So
you
be
have
aware
to
of your
understand-
situation.
Yeah, there's all the videos out there of the guys teaching, and they're like, "How to punch somebody with acrylics on," and they're like, "Palm heel."
That's not
yeah,
a punch.
that's not how to
It's not
punch
a
with
punch.
acrylics on. You're not teaching people what they what you're telling them.
How to punch with acrylics on. You can't.
Don't. And you absolutely can just lay them flat, but be super careful.
That's like uncomfortable for my hand.
It is, but it's way more comfortable than digging your acrylics in. And that's how I used to spar when I had acrylics on, because I liked the really long acrylics. You know what's honestly a super intimidating move? Right before you're about to fight, just bite all your nails off.
Yeah, make them
Just
jagged.
rip them all off so they're bloody.
That's terrifying. If I'm a sane person and I see the person I'm about to go up against just biting their nails off so they can fight me better, that's terrifying. That's commitment.
If you run up on like a situation where a girl's being harassed and Betsy's like, I'm gonna beat this motherfucker up, you're like, hey, you rips your nails off, and they're like, oh my god, what is about to happen right now?
Right?
Holy shit, this bitch is crazy.
I am no longer the craziest one here.
And that's a move.
I have the rationality behind the crazy for That's what you got to do. You got to be super rational, but just make them think you're nuts.
Yes.
No, but Betsy, that won't work because women aren't rational.
Yeah, whatever.
He could just assume you're on your period.
Like, oh, she's on her period. That's why she's fighting back extra hard.
Yeah, I mean, that won't always stop them. So
Where the blood's coming from.
This brought up another thing in my head also. I've seen those scrunchies that you put over your cup at like club and stuff. I would say either if you're afraid of getting drugged, which that's a very valid fear, holding your cup, grab it with the claw, like hold the top of it. That's always a good way to hold your cup. If you're holding it just by the bottom, woo, my arm's out, I'm dancing, woohoo, I'm gonna set my drink down so I can dance with my friend at a club.
Oh no.
Don't pick it up again. It might be drugged.
it is.
If you set your drink down,
assume it is drugged.
if you set your drink down, sorry, buy another drink.
Yeah, chug it before you set it down.
Or just
always
hold it.
But
if you look away from your drink.
Oh yeah, no, I saw this
house parties. No,
this bartender was talking about this guy left his full drink alone and was like, "Nah, it's fine. You could get. It's less likely, but you could still get drugged too, just because you're a guy. You should still not leave your open drink alone."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's a big difference
Have
between
friends
guys and
watch
girls.
your drinks.
Girls are
very
that's
aware.
like forefront in their mind. Guys, it's like, oh yeah, it could still happen to guys, but it's
not going to happen to me.
It's not their first thought.
We're on to the feminist icon of the week.
Woo woo! Who wants to go first?
We have two, or I have two, and Stacey has two. Betsy, our guest, would you like to go first?
I'm gonna go with Doja Cat because she's kind of viral a little bit right now because she's at ACL.
Yeah.
Which,
Woo. Men
Yay.
ain't shit.
yeah.
Men ain't shit.
I agree with that message.
Yes.
Yeah. She winked at like two people and everybody's going nuts.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
We can just love women too. Like
Yeah,
it's
we
okay
do.
to just pick somebody you just love.
I
They're
do
just
love women.
Great.
I like women in high-paying positions.
Yep.
Plus, she's like a top-tier memer.
Yeah, she is.
She is. She's awesome.
She's hilarious.
She's who I strive to be as a meme lord.
So the first one that I have is her name's Rianne Meijer, Meijer, Rianne Rianne on Instagram. I found her on Instagram. She is a model. She is a like you would see standard, typical, attractive, but she really enjoys to post like her super professional model pics right next to something completely goofy and just like.
Oh yeah, the Instagram reality stuff.
Yeah, like Instagram versus reality
The double
stuff.
chin.
It makes me feel pretty great about myself because she looks awesome, but then she loves to do this series where she like squishes her butt together. She like flexes her butt. It's hilarious. And then she's got all like the dimples from the cellulite. It's so funny. Just like this picture where one side is all hot and the next side she has flour all over her face and it's not flattering whatsoever. And then another lady, very similar, Dana Mercer. Yeah.
Okay.
Danae?
I feel like I've heard that name.
Danae. Danae. Dana Mercer Danae Mercer. Dang, I guess I just haven't looked at the spelling this whole time. She
When you read a word and have never heard it out loud.
She does the same thing where she'll post like a really good post picture and then just like a natural picture and showing all of her like stretch marks and rolls and stuff like that, and it's really really nice to see. All right, Stacey, your feminist icons.
My feminist icon of the week is Margaret Atwood. She's the author of The Handmaid's Tale and lots of other books. I've been just reading her stuff lately, and it's always got, legit women characters that have real women's struggles, and
Yeah.
they're the forefront of the story and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that's just kind of nice to see. As a woman, I like to read books about women.
Yeah.
So, and then another one, Bella Delphine, as my other woman of the month, because I haven't seen her on the internet lately, and I think she's making some good old-fashioned money in porn, and I'm like, go for it, girl.
Yeah.
People want it.
Sure.
You are intelligent with your money and your branding.
You have made your
She
own choices and are
definitely-
comfortable in your body
Yes.
enough to do whatever.
She
You're comfortable in your
definitely-
choices.
She definitely has succeeded in the path that she would
I
wants
know.
to. Which
I know. In the
props.
past, she funded herself. Like, yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's all right. So that about finishes out our topic, our self-defense topic today. A few reminders: you can donate to our Patreon for bonus arts and crafts episodes. We just filmed a couple last
We
week.
do reaction videos too.
If you like the show, let us know. Rate us on podcast things. Message us on Twitter, or with ideas for episodes, or just to say hello.
We're also on Instagram.
We're on Instagram, YouTube, pretty much
Like.
anywhere you can get your podcast. Like, comment, subscribe,
Yeah.
follow, do whatever you got to do.
Lit,
so you
comma,
can,
subsnurb.
yeah,
Lit,
yeah.
comma, subsnurb.
Pound the subscribe button.
Pound that subscribe button and comment your mom's maiden name and credit card information.
If you hate the show and you like truly cannot stand us all talking into a microphone, yet you've listened to 6 episodes. Come on, dude. Do you really hate the show?
Yeah. Or you're
Or do you
listening
just
to
hate
it
women?
backwards and come on.
You'll hear all of our satanic messaging if you listen to it backwards.
It's subliminal messaging. We're
Every word was
sponsored by
carefully chosen.
Disney.
Yeah. If you really hate us, donate to our Patreon and really tell us how much you hate us.
Yeah.
We'll shout you out.
We'll read it on the podcast.
Yeah, we'll read it. And if you don't hear from us next week or any time in the future, it's because we've been kidnapped and have forgotten everything we just told you.
Yep.
So have a great week.
Bye.
Bye.